2022 minutes. The minutes are in your packet. Any issues or concerns to discuss? Otherwise, I'll take a motion to accept. Motion by Killian, second by Herbst. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? None. That passes unanimously. The Human Resources Report for October is in your packet. Any questions about that? Okay, seeing none, we'll put that on file. Number 3, discussion of possible action reclassifying the payroll coordinator position to accountant. That's yours.
So the reasoning for the reclassification is the Finance Department has revised the payroll coordinator position to the accountant position. We attached the job description. The current incumbent in the payroll coordinator position has taken on many more responsibilities that were vacated when the financial systems analysis employee retired. This position requested is a hybrid of the payroll coordinator and the financial systems analyst position. With the implementation of Workday, the need has risen for the payroll coordinator to take on more responsibilities, thus justifying the reclassification and the job description adjustment. I don't know if Mary Ann wants to speak because this is her position.
Sure, I can say that everything Ann has described is true. It was obviously very obvious. I said that word twice now, just for emphasis. When we were working on the payroll implementation and sitting in all of the Workday meetings, the county has 2 payroll people, both classified as payroll accountants, again, with similar responsibilities. And I can tell you, when you look at the level of expertise, I would say that our individual has a high degree of expertise compared to anyone else that was in the meetings. So she definitely deserves the recognition for the work that she's performing and the responsibilities and decisions that she has. I had hoped, obviously, when I, as finance director, lose sleep at night, payroll is one of the things that I lose sleep over because it's so important to our employees, right? You don't want to fall down on your payroll preparation. And it has always been a very complex process for us because each one of the unions has their own little nuances, and just tracking all of the specialty pay and the rules that govern each one of the contracts is, you have to have a knowledge on what that contract says and how to interpret it and how to make the software do what you've promised to do in that contract. And I had hoped that it would get easier, and I no longer believe that it's going to be easier. It might actually be a little harder with Workday. One of the reasons being is that there's, a set of workflow involved, which makes it a little bit more complicated because you have to maintain that workflow. And, as our workforce becomes more transient, we're going to have to keep that workflow up. And as they tried to, I think when we were going forward with the ERP, I said one of the great things where we were going to try to make the city and the county the same. So we're sharing the same vendor lists, we're sharing the same chart of accounts. And when we tried to take how we do things and how they do things and meld them together, it did create more complexity, I'm sorry to say, but so I definitely think that it is in the city's best interest to, for the current incumbent and for future, if we find ourselves in a vacancy position, to have the job classified properly so that we get a well-qualified individual for the position, because it's such a critical position. That's all.
Any questions about the reclassification? Okay, seeing none, I'll take a motion to accept. Motion by Herbst, second by Martins. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That passes unanimously. All right, we're on to discussion and possible action reclassifying the wastewater plant operations supervisor.
Okay, so this is another reclassification for the wastewater plant operations supervisor. The current incumbent is retiring, so the department looked at the job duties and decided to kind of shift a few job duties to make this position a little bit higher in grades. So it raised it from one grade to the next grade. Again, this is a really critical item where they have so few people at wastewater that a lot of people are picking up other duties and tasks. And again, we need to reflect that appropriately in our job descriptions. So that's why I support the reclassification of this position.
Any questions? Guess not. Quiet group tonight. Go ahead, Gary.
So then it fits into our way. It seems like it's a big job. I mean, it seems like you're combining a couple different positions, really. And it seems like, am I right? Well, not positions, but duties, complete supervisor, and then some other duties. Is this really, do we have this person on board right now, or?
We will be advertising for it.
So we'll be at, I guess I was maybe under the assumption that this person was already on board, so.
They could be, but we have yet to post the position because we
Post the
need the
position
job.
as a new
Yeah.
position.
Correct.
Will this be incorporated into the 2023 budget as such then?
I would hope so. We don't, HR, we don't do the budget. That
Right,
goes on to
right,
finance.
Right.
And Mary Ann is aware.
I guess that,
Yeah. I would hope that Eric would have, done proper budgeting for that because he did know about this vacancy prior to the budget being put forth.
And he's not here, so, yeah.
my main concern is that everything is being taken care of for the next budget, and that when we hire this person, he's just going to be able to flow into the pay scale and everything like that.
I should not assume, but I would hope so. I mean, it is just one grade above, and the current incumbent is at the top of their current scale.
So probably could be absorbed into the budget pretty easily.
Correct.
So, yeah, so a new person would probably hire on at midpoint or slightly less.
Yeah.
than I would
Correct.
assume. So
Yeah.
that would be okay. So that would fit into the current budget.
Any other questions, comments? If not, I guess a motion to accept the reclass. Motion by Martins. Second by Killian. Okay, all in favor, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Nothing else. And that is our show for tonight. So I'll take a motion to adjourn. Motion by Herbst, second by Martins. Thank you, Michael. Okay, we are adjourned. Thank you. Good night.